Hey, everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to PHLY Flyers pregame. My name is Bill Matz. I am your director of fun and games. Of course, we are always tonight and every show presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use code PHLY365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Joining me tonight, the gang is all here. We have Philly's #1 hockey beat writer, Charlie O'Connor, and Broad Street Hockey's own Kelly Hinkle. It's here.
We made it.
I woke up today in the best mood. Like, I just feel so happy that this never-ending, ridiculous season is finally over. I realize, Charlie, like, you still have, you just pumped out that Tortorella piece.
It's not out yet. It's done.
You have completed writing it. That's the hard part. You have exit interviews and all that. That'll take you till Saturday. But no more nights, no more weekends, no more games that don't matter, which is kind of funny to say because here we are in the biggest game of the season, perhaps.
I'm so nervous.
Like, this and the Cutter game, I don't know if, and like, this is actual stakes. That was just like for us to feel good about ourselves for a night. This actually has tremendous stakes, and we'll get into all the draft lottery implications of tonight's Flyers Sabres season finale in just a bit. But I just have to say, you got to hit that like button. Do it. Hit the like button. We're at 15. That's okay for the first minute and a half of the show, but come on. We need 100 before the half hour is over.
I believe in you people.
You know what I really like?
What's happening?
The Flyers deciding to do what was right.
They
to
know.
do the thing that made the most sense and do what is right for your organization's future by raising the chances of losing this game and getting the fourth best draft lottery odds. They announced Aleksei Kolosov is the starter tonight. They actually did it. And it was not without controversy. Initially, it was like, oh, yeah, Fedotov's in. And it's like, okay, I can live with Fedotov. He's also not good. But then they changed their minds, and they are going with statistically the worst goaltender in hockey. I've been showing you the stats for the last few weeks, but you just look at this. Beautiful. Aleksei Kolosov, goalies with at least 10 starts, the worst save percentage in hockey, and by like not a slim margin.
True.
He has been, for the most part, horrendous. I know we've
8 percentage points lower than Georgiev.
Yeah, it's like 8 or 9. Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Like, he's so bad, and I know I've already seen some people in the chat, and I saw it all day. Like, oh yeah, this is going to be the Kolosov legacy game.
Yeah.
The shutout is going to hit real funny, And obviously, we are always preparing for the worst here. Like, Charlie, you missed it yesterday, Kelly. Charlie was actually the optimistic one when we were talking about the lottery. He's like, I don't think you address the option of winning it. You always talk about moving down.
Yeah, Bill's always like, well, you got to be here because you're going to move down too. I'm like, you could also move up. That's also an option.
Charlie, I love it.
It is, but you always prepare for the worst,
Well, yeah, that's what we do here.
It covers all your bases. But here we are, the Flyers doing the right thing. What was your reaction when you guys saw today?
I don't want to hear from you people again that this organization doesn't understand the assignment and is not committed to doing the correct thing.
Well, no, because they should have benched Travis Konechny.
Oh, God. All right.
I was
Listen,
actually thinking.
We were talking about it before we got in here, Bill and I. This is the biggest move they could have made to ensure losing.
Yeah.
No bigger effect on the game than putting Kolosov in net. It's out of our hands if he decides that tonight's the night he's going to turn into an NHL goaltender. Like, we can't do anything about that. But the team put themselves in the best possible position to lose this game, and that's what we needed them to do.
It's absolutely tremendous that they made this decision. I am so proud of this organization for doing what is right. Brad Shaw, Danny Briere, Keith Jones, Kim Dillabaugh.
Well, this is the kind of move that I imagine comes right from Danny. Like, because you got to remember that as much as you can shout and plead on this show for them to lose every single game, and as much fans can yell on social media that they want them to lose every game, Brad Shaw has a very different incentive, which is I want to win every game, so I have a better case to make in the offseason to keep the job. So this is very much not a Bradshaw move, because why would it be? He wants to win. This is this is a Danny Briere saying, we're starting the kid.
If I'm Bradshaw, I'm marching in there being like, listen, Danny, I got an idea. And that, in my mind, should win him the job immediately.
And that's listen, yes, Charlie is right. That is what makes the most sense. However, maybe Bradshaw, in hopes of keeping the job, is like, if I do get it, make the job a little easier, at least in a year or two.
I mean, who's to say, even if he gets the job, that he's still going to be here when the 4th overall pick gets here? Because I don't think the guy who they take 4th overall is going to be on the team next year. I don't think there's a world, because it seems like this is a draft where Schaefer could be, Misa maybe. Beyond that, I think everybody's going to need at least a year. And we see coaches get fired in 1 year all the time.
Sure, absolutely. You did mention the idea of potentially benching Travis Konechny, and that was never realistic.
No, I never thought they were going to do it, but
just in terms
I'm
of
just saying that that if
it's another thing for someone to complain about.
If we were to say they did everything they could, the response online is going to be no, they didn't.
I don't know. The guy's got 4 goals in his last 40 games, so maybe they're doing the right thing by playing him.
Fair.
No, but I did want to say Travis Konechny, 81 games played. He can hit 82 for the second time in his career, and the first time since he was 21 in 2018-19. Not that I think it was realistic, but do you think that's if they had approached him, he's like, guys, come on. That's kind of a goal, right? To play in all 82. I think guys take a lot of pride in that. We've always said, Giroux and Voracek especially really set a standard of you don't miss time.
Yeah.
Dudes play. Provorov carried that over as well. He's still, other than COVID, never missed a game. I think it is kind of a thing that these players in general, but this locker room has taken pride in for a while.
I do agree with that. And also there's the fact that Travis Konechny has straight up said he is going to Worlds.
Yeah.
So it's not even like you could sell it to him. You could sell it to him as well, you get an early start on the offseason. He's like, nah, I got to go over there in May and play.
Going to Sweden.
Because I want to, make Team Canada for the Olympics. So you can't even position it to him like that. Yeah. You can't even, I don't know if he's going to need surgery. I don't know if he's banged up. But if in a world where he does need offseason surgery, he knows he can't get that surgery until the end of May anyway. So
there is also the 3-way tie for the goal lead. Now, TK running away with the overall scoring lead, 75 points. Michkov is next with 60.
Sure.
The greatest game of all time, I don't know, could get Michkov, over him. But you do have TK, Michkov, and Forster all tied at 24 goals.
Yeah.
And it's not like,
a little internal competition.
It's not like you're sitting on 29 and you have a 30-goal bonus, and it's like, I think Shane Wright the other night, he was at 19 and he had $250,000 riding on getting to 20.
Oh, you're talking bonuses.
Bonus I
was thinking there's definitely money on the board.
Oh, that sort of thing.
That's absolutely
and just
the case.
You want to lead the team in goals. If
of
you're
course
Travis
you do.
Konechny, you're the best player. If you're Matvei Michkov, you're like, I'm here and I'm the best. And if you're Tyson Forster, don't forget about me, guys. Hey, look at what I did, especially after Torts got fired. Guess who our coach is going to be next year? Him.
Not that
guy. So maybe
guy.
you should expect more of this out of me. I know, but I do think that internal competition as well. You can't. Maybe that fuels them a little bit tonight. It was never realistic for them to take any of the regulars out of the lineup.
No,
especially if there hasn't been Sanheim. He's just been really bad. We haven't heard that.
Yeah. I also, one thing that I'm going to keep an eye on. And again, this is something that I suspect would be coming directly from Danny. And maybe it won't be. Maybe he'll just say to Bradshaw, coach us like you would any other game. But I am curious. I'm going to be paying close attention to the usage of players.
Okay.
I'm going to be looking at minutes. I'm like, is this a game where they give, Yegor Zamul and Emil Andre the first pair matchups? They give them 23, 24 minutes. I mean, it's just something to keep an eye on to see if Danny went to Bradshaw and said, this is truly a play the kids game in the sense of Travis Sanheim's had first pair minutes all season. We know we can do it. He can get 16 minutes tonight. I'm just keeping an eye on it.
Who came out for Kaplan?
Dorwart.
Carson Dorwart.
Oh, so we still got Nick.
Yes.
Delorier.
24 minutes, Nick Delorier game.
Devin Kaplan comes in, young right winger, some fresh legs. Kid, we usually use another right winger, Travis Konechny, 20, 21 minutes a night. Here's your chance.
Yeah, man.
Here's your big chance, my
out
friend.
there, bud.
I wouldn't hate it, Brad. I'm just saying, maybe we go that route a little. Do you think they're going to go that way, Charlie? Like, if you just had to, like, do you think Yegor Zamula plays 19 and a half minutes tonight?
If I had to guess, no, because it goes back to what I said about Bradshaw
Yeah.
having the incentive of wanting to impress, wanting to win. But I think it's at least feasible, and that's why I'm going to be paying attention to it.
Maybe it's just a little more even. Maybe it's not Sanheim 26, everyone else 19 or fewer. Maybe it's just a little bit more even.
Maybe.
I would love to see it, quite honestly. This is the biggest game of this team's season, and for that reason, you'll see what I am doing with tonight's bets. That's right. This pregame pick segment is brought to you by Bet365. Use code PHLY365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older and physically located in PA. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We have one bet tonight, and we are trying to match jinx ourselves.
Yes.
You all know how my bets have gone this
Indeed.
season. They have gone very, very poorly. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take the Flyers to win. We're not just going to take them to win. We're going to take them on that three-way line on Bet365 to win in regulation at plus 220. This is, I feel like we all have to do our part, and this is me doing my part.
You are.
All right. I
Very
respect
Thank
few
you
of
for
the
your
bets
service.
have come through this year.
I
It's
respect it, sir.
one of my worst seasons ever since sports gambling was legalized. Let's capitalize on that. And of course, if they do the dumbest possible thing and drop themselves to 7 in lottery odds, at least I get a couple of bucks out. Yeah,
there you
It's not
go.
going to happen. They're
At
losing
least
this game.
someone makes some money off their stupidity.
Okay, so do we have the ability to show the scenarios?
Yes,
for
I
this
have. That's what I want to get to next.
Oh, heck yes.
When we talk about this draft lottery and the things, I took them straight out of your article, Charlie. So to get the fourth worst, have the fourth worst record, be number 4 in lotto odds, all they have to do tonight is lose in regulation.
Easy peasy.
Now, this team does go to overtime a ton.
Lemon squeezy.
But, you know, there's really no incentive for that tonight. Who on the last day of school is like, you know, I'm gonna stay extra today. I'm gonna clap the erasers and help everyone clean up. You know, say goodbye to the janitors. No, you want to get the hell out of there and get on with your summer. Hopefully, that's the way they approach this game tonight. So, lose in regulation is how they get 4.
So here is a fascinating wrinkle that our friend Jeremy in Discord brought up yesterday. There is one scenario that I did not put on that, which do not expect this to play out, but just keep it in mind if the game goes in overtime. Remember the rule that if you pull the goalie in overtime and
lose
you
your
lose,
loser point.
you lose your
Brad,
loser point.
baby.
If it were to go into overtime, would either of the teams, because they're both looking to lose, would they both pull their goalie? That could be possibly the funniest outcome.
That could be awesome.
It's 4 on 4
I
with no goalies.
Need it
Now, the thing,
happen.
forgive me if I am wrong, but looking at Buffalo's possible scenarios, there's not a ton of movement that can really happen for them.
Okay.
Like if, say the Flyers beat them in overtime, they're going to be tied in points. Buffalo, huge regulation win advantage to the tiebreaker. Flyers benefit. There is a Penguins game, I believe, tonight that could have something to do with it, but it looks like Sabres, it's just like 6 or 7, I think. So it's not as if, you know, the Flyers have this range of 4, 6, or 7. I don't think that's really on the board for the.
It seems like the
Sabres.
Flyers, the upside of this game for the Flyers is higher than the upside for Buffalo.
Yeah. So and Buffalo's been kind of okay recently. So that's if they just simply lose in regulation. Number 5, not possible, as you laid out in your article, Charlie. For 6, win or lose, game goes to overtime. That puts them at the 6th worst lottery odds. And then if they win in regulation, which is they fall to 7.
It's such a
They never win in like if they win in regulation for what would be like the 22nd time
know.
this year, like
Not
that's how many
today.
times they've gone to overtime. You know, like
Not today, boys.
it's not something they do a lot. If they do it today, I will be insanely annoyed. Even if it's like, yeah, Michkov finished off a hat trick with a Michigan, I'll be like, damn it, Vakaitis. You know, like I just. They can't possibly do this to us, right? I mean, they're the Flyers.
they can.
They're the Flyers, and it's like the Sabres do.
They certainly can.
Sabres do stink. One thing I think we have going in our benefit outside of our goalie, though, It's their goalie,
Yes.
James Reimer, who's actually
good
been
one.
pretty good for the Sabres since Four Nations. He is since Four Nations. Not 898 save percentage, but he gave up 7 his last time out. In the 11 games prior to that, 9-4-3 with a 917. 11 games before that, 7-2-1 with a 910. His career against the Flyers, 9-4-3 with a 917.
Yes.
So we do have this goalie matchup in our favor tonight.
Big time.
By a pretty wide margin, I would say. And like we always say, it's all that matters, right?
It's the
And
only
we know
thing that
for a
matters.
fact that Reimer is starting. That is not an assumption. That is a fact.
I've seen it in a few different
Joe
places.
Jordan tweeted that he was first out on the ice. So
Okay.
I've seen it in a few different places. I did not. I always check Daily Face-Off. Let's see here.
I got Insider.
James Reimer confirmed. No, I had a real fear that it was going to be Devin Levi. Now, he doesn't qualify for my 10 games started threshold to show the worst numbers. If he did, his save percentage would only be better than Aleksei Kolosov's. But he's played 2 NHL games since the Flyers put 4 in on him on November 16th. He's pretty much exclusively been in the AHL. It's not happening. He's down there. So we dodged that bullet, and it's going to be James Reimer in net for the Sabres tonight. And that is really music to my ears. That it looks like they're not going to try to tank the game.
no.
I appreciate that very much. Just looking at these draft lottery odds, I'm definitely getting excited for the draft lottery and the things that could go down. And maybe you want to join us for that draft lottery. Well, all you got to do is go to allphly.com, go to the events tab, and RSVP. The only catch, it's a diehard only event. So if you want to come to this and you're not a diehard, well, go to allphly.com and sign up. And there's no better time because right now, we are running a $36 sale on diehard subscriptions. Sign up, $36 for the year. You get all of the benefits, reading all of the premium content from Charlie O'Connor and our all-star cast of writers here at PHLY. You get access to the Discord, which I'm going to make an effort to be in more. I sent several messages today in the Discord. Look at me. A discount on merchant events, all sorts of fun stuff. So now is the time to sign up. And it appears as if we actually have a date for the draft lottery. It looked like it was okay, either May 5th or May 6th. Well, guess what? It's going to be Monday, May the 5th. Yep. I know that makes Kelly very happy because she's going to be available
now I can come.
To come to the party.
Yay.
We're all going to be here doing a live reaction show. There's going to be food and drinks. It's going to be a great time. So come on out Monday, May 5th. But you got to be a diehard. So sign up to become one and then RSVP over at the events tab at allphly.com. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
I joked about popping champagne for the post game tonight just to celebrate us being done, but I want to save it.
Yeah,
I want to save it for when the league finally does the right thing and fixes it for us.
When Bill Daly gets to that 5th card and he flips it over and it's not the Flyers, that's when you pop it.
Oh yes, that's never forget the 2.1% chance in 2017. So the chance is going to be much better, and we take a look at what the odds actually are, and it is substantial. Right now, this is the order, but obviously subject to change based on tonight's games. San Jose in that first pick, 25.5% chance of maintaining. It's very funny. They have a 55.7% chance of third.
Isn't that wild?
It is so crazy.
The math on this lottery never makes any sense.
Flyers right now in the 6th spot. So that means they have a 34.1% chance of drafting 6th. And a 41.4% chance of drafting 7th. I understand because every team has odds of jumping you, so I get it. But how are the odds of falling better than staying the same? It just boggles the mind. But you look at this, and you look at the difference in terms of odds to win it. Right now, it's 6, 7.5, and 7.7% chance to get 1 or 2. If they go to 4, it's 9.5 each. It's realizing all things in life are 50-50. They happen or they don't.
Yep.
But that does increase the odds, unless, of course, this thing's fixed for Pittsburgh, but something tells me that's happening next year. The draft lottery show, Charlie, is going to be me laying out the conspiracy scenarios for every team other than the
yes.
Flyers. So
See,
I'm
here's-
hoping you're looking forward to
I'm
that.
so glad I can
It's
be
the
there.
thing I'm least looking forward to. Here is my question for you, though.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say there's a world where the Flyers lose this game tonight. Okay, they get the 4th overall pick,
They're doing it.
and then the team that ends up either 6th or 7th wins the lottery.
Charlie,
How
why?
how angry, like
Insanely.
how angry are you guys going to be if that happens?
Why would you say that?
Because I enjoy watching Flyers fans lose their minds.
I am going to be insanely mad, like the way I was talking about. Listen, you rent a shore house and then it rains, 5 of the 7 days. What can you do? Like, it's annoying. I will be the person yelling at the weather. I will curse God. I will be very upset. We will drain the oceans to find and kill him, as my favorite tweet goes. But
I will bring ping pong balls, which I will light on fire here in the studio.
okay,
In effigy.
That's great. Honestly, no,
Don't breathe in the fumes.
I mean, that would be just the Flyers' luck. Sir, that would absolutely.
I can't believe you
honestly,
would put
it's
that in the universe.
absolutely on the table. But you just look at the odds, and that's the thing about a lottery system. That's the thing about playing Kolosov tonight. There are no freaking guarantees. You create a
Gotta play the
situation
odds.
that gives you the best percentages. You got to think about it in terms of percentages.
Okay,
Charlie,
I do. I tend to think about things in terms of
I think I've
percentages.
heard someone say that to me.
Said that quite a
before.
lot.
And this gives them the best odds to improve the team in the best way. Will they take the right guy? Who the hell knows? Will the right guy end up being the right guy? I don't know. But you just have to do the right thing, and that's what they're doing.
But you would not look at it as it is karmic punishment for rooting against the team in the final game of the year.
No. And here's why. In 2017, they did something we all hated. Won a bunch of games at the end of the year. They played out the string, and then they won that lottery. And I was like, you know what? This was a karmic reward. And then everyone drafting around them got an all-star, and we got a guy who ain't in the, not even like didn't live up to expectations. Ain't in the league 6 years later.
Can't play hockey.
Or 8,
Yeah.
whatever the hell it's been at this point. No, there is no karma. None of that is real.
I mean, I do agree with that.
I always think back to 2011. I thought the Phillies did the right thing. We played out the string. We got to 102 wins. We eliminated the Braves instead of just letting them in. All right, we did the right thing. And then how did we get rewarded?
Yeah, they had to
by
pay
losing to that freaking terrible Cardinals team.
It was a pretty good Cardinals team. It was just spent the entire year injured. That Braves team was way worse.
Bums.
Way worse.
Absolute.
They should have let that Braves team in.
Absolute
they were way
bums.
worse.
But, that's all exactly. They should have done the wrong thing. It would have been the right thing. Yeah. So there is none of this.
Okay.
There is none of the.
I mean, I'm the person who constantly says the universe is random and chaotic and none of this matters. But I'm sitting next to someone who tends to believe in these things. So that's why I wanted to present it to you. I think that, whatever happens is going to happen. But
I just think I've been proven wrong when I've thought these things in the past, so I'm not going to.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably say it when it happens. Okay. So, I mean, that's just kind of the way it goes for us. Right. Talk a little bit here about the Sabres. Like I said, I was worried it was going to be Devin Levi, but it's going to be James Reimer. The other thing about the Sabres, to me, is that, yeah, they need all the help they can get, but like high draft picks aren't what they need. And I guess okay, you have an opportunity to trade that pick and improve your team, but don't they have enough high draft picks? Like the difference between 6 or 7,
they've done nothing with them.
That doesn't change your team. I don't know what needs to change about your team because it just seems like such a crazy mismanaged organization top to bottom, but it's not getting the 6th pick instead of the 7th. That's not going to help them. So I don't really see an incentive from an organizational standpoint.
I would agree with that.
For them to be like, we're calling up Devin Levi. Honestly, I think that's why they didn't.
Yeah. Or maybe they can't. I don't know how many.
Or maybe they can't.
I don't know how many
no
call-ups
idea.
they've used, how many they have left. But I do agree that Buffalo probably looks at it as, we've had high picks forever and we still haven't pulled ourselves out of this. Maybe we should just let it ride.
Like they have 50 guys they have, I think, 6 guys with 50 or more points. Like their problem isn't high-end talent.
No.
It's, I don't know, you're run bad. It's
vibes.
That's the thing. Like, I think you're giving them a little too much credit. I seriously doubt they made any considerations about winning or losing tonight's game. I don't know if they have any plan at all whatsoever in any direction.
You might
They're
be right, Kelly.
busy with Penn State. apparently.
Yeah, that is true.
They
the
have-
Pegulas do care far more about Penn State than they do about the Buffalo Sabres.
They have lost 4 in a row, one of them in a shootout, but they're
Last time for a
0-3
win,
and
baby.
1 in their last 4. So maybe they're due. Maybe
due.
we have that going for us as well. It is their obviously it's their finale. It's their home finale. You want
If they're at home, you would think that it's harder to, like, the Flyers are on the road. It's easy for them to sort of be like, yeah, this game doesn't matter. It's harder when your people paid to go to the game to purposely, like, flop.
Great point.
That is something that also might be in the Flyers' favor if you are one that is rooting for them to lose.
I've been so excited and I've just been in such a good mood all day, and now I'm nervous.
I have to say, it's kind of nice that in the final game of the season, all of us are finally on exactly the same page. Like there's no, I feel like there's no debate anymore. Like, do you want them to win? Do you want them to lose? Are you having fun? Do you hate this? Like, we're all on the same page.
No, I think tonight it's going to be a fun game.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird that we're just openly
all in
rooting
this
for the
together.
Buffalo Sabres. But yeah, and I think the organization acknowledged, like, okay, we can do this. We don't tank. We're the hard fighting. But like, it's game 82. There is no benefit to winning.
Yeah.
Like, winning is actually bad. You can say that, and it's 100% true. There is no benefit to winning this game, and the organization has acknowledged it. And again, I must applaud them for that. But yeah, even if you're one of those people who's like, I just want to see them win hockey games because I like the Flyers. Well, they had 81 games to try and do that.
Yeah.
Tonight ain't that night.
I was
Like,
rooting for them.
Yeah, I wanted them to win. At the beginning of the season, sure. I wanted to see it come down like the way it did. Like, yeah, let's play some meaningful games in March and April. That was fun last year. No. That's over now. Freaking lose.
Well, this is a
meaningful game.
It
but
is
in
the most meaningful game of the
bizarro
season.
direction.
It's just meaningful in that we badly need them to lose.
Yeah, just dog it, boys. You've done it 100 times before.
Maybe I should outwardly root for them, because it seems as if they
It is
usually,
hard to know what
when
the
I need
universe
them
wants
to
from
win
you.
and really want it,
Yeah.
they tend not to.
Yeah.
Hence the 50-year drought. But it's all these things.
We'll
Again,
see
karma
how-
isn't real, so we'll see.
We'll see how it plays out in the first. You might need to change things around.
Who knows? You put that rally cap on, turn the hat inside out. We'll see
Exactly.
how it goes. All right, I think we have a super chat or two that we want to get to
Several.
before. Oh, we got a bunch of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's lead it off here with our pal JH. JH says, "Love Charlie not going to Buff at all. No reason to."
Well, I mean, I guess it would have been cool to cover Devin Kaplan's first game, but in all honesty, I was working literally from the moment I woke up today, so I'm glad I didn't go because I've had a lot to do.
And also, like, one, it's Buffalo.
Yeah.
Two, you got to get back tomorrow for the exit interviews and everything. Like, who cares? This
Buffalo
game,
low-key rules. I'm going to be honest with you.
The way
it low-key rules.
I like Buffalo.
The way it was set up with all PHLY or PHLY was this was one of those games, like, for lack of a better term, I'll call it a flex game, where we talked and it was like, if game 82 matters from a playoff standpoint, then you're going to go. But if it doesn't, then no.
So we decided in like December, you don't have to go to this game.
Like January.
January. All right. From VO Noob. Noob says,
Look at that, $99.99.
Oh my God, $100 from VO Noob. Look at this. It's been fun. Thanks for everything, gang. Let's effing go. Kolosov better let up 8 to Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Future
why
Flyer,
not? I mean,
Tage
it's not like
Thompson.
they don't have guys who can score too. Like we might see like 8 or 9 against Kolosov tonight. It's not. It's definitely on the table. All right, from J.E. Frucione. Kelly, I beg to differ. There was one move, even bolder, that was overlooked altogether now. Six skaters for 60 minutes.
They're not going to do that.
I think it maybe goes 6
don't
skaters
think you're-
for like 10.
Yeah, maybe final. You know, you're down like
Down 1,
2-0
pull the
in the
goalie with
third. You just
18
go, you know
minutes
what?
left. Yeah.
We need this game.
Gotta-
We're gonna
gotta
pull
go
the
for
goalie
it.
for 20
Yeah.
minutes. All right, from JH. If they win, does Danny put Kolosov on the plane to Belarus himself?
We're going to have a lot of time to talk about the
There's-
Flyers' goaltending plans. My understanding is that there will be changes.
My guess is this is the last time Aleksei Kolosov plays for this organization.
Yeah,
just
do,
a guess.
Just
shall
do
see.
what we
Pure
need
guess
from
here.
you.
All right, from Dylan Fowler Says, thank you, Kelly, Bill, and Charlie, for all the laughs and smiles you've given me this season. You all are great and have become a highlight of my day. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan.
We couldn't do it without you guys showing up, and you do, even
love
for
you
this
people.
ridiculous team in which we are outwardly rooting for them to lose at this point. All right, from DA Flyers man.
Da Flyer.
Da Flyer.
The Flyer man.
Da
The Flyer
Flyers
man. Okay,
man.
I get it.
Flyers man.
Here's a few bucks to add to all the money I've spent on Charlie O'Connor content in recent years. Love to Bill and Kelly too. Thank you guys again.
Thanks,
Thank
bud.
you so much.
Thank you to Flyers.
really,
man. Much
really
appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. And finally, from our park, Kolosov has one job tonight. He certainly does, and it's to allow as many goals as humanly possible.
We have decided that's Phantom's legend, Richard Park, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I've been going under.
Yeah,
the
it's gotta
assumption.
be.
Sure.
And Obi-Wan just jumps in at the very end, says, "Hey, love you all. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
We love you too,
Okay, bye.
Obi.
Thanks,
Very
Obi.
much appreciate it." From the Force Ghost of Obi-Wan. All right, you need to tune into post-game tonight and make sure you catch the keyword because we're going to actually draw 5 T-shirt winners from tonight's finale on Friday's show. That's tomorrow at 4. There's not going to be 1, but 5 keyword winners for free PHLY T-shirts. You know how it works. DM us the keyword that I announced during postgame, either on Blue Sky or Twitter. And then tomorrow, not just 1, but 5 names pulled out of the bucket. And there will be a second keyword on tonight's postgame, and it is for a pair of tickets to that aforementioned draft lottery party. So please only enter that one if you can make it into our studio here in Philadelphia on Monday 5/5. That's all I ask. And for that reason, that means there'll be a winner announced tonight on postgame for Tuesday's keywords. I'm not doing 3 drawings on Friday. I
That's a
like
lot.
killing time, but I'm sure I can come up with enough content. And one more here from Neil Dexter. Thanks for the great coverage this season.
Thank you, Neil.
Thank you very much to everyone who watches and listens. Make sure you come back tonight for the final postgame as we are hopefully announcing the Flyers have locked up those 4th best lottery odds. This has been PHLY Flyers pregame presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code PHLY365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Follow us right here. Hit that like button on YouTube. Do all that stuff. Follow us on Twitter at PHLY_Flyers and follow the podcast wherever you get those. All right, I'm Bill. That's Charlie. That's Kelly. Till postgame, let's go Buffalo.
We all silly like the mayor.